Nada.
Any animal showing physical injury or impairment is
Para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, terlebih dahulu sukacita dikongsikan dan bagi yang mulia dari kami Sita Perbangun. Yang mulia dari kami Sita Perbangun merupakan pengurus kepala CPDS abad 29 berkat. Beliau memperoleh ijazah sarjana muda sains dan teknologi permata pada tahun 1994 dari daripada Penternak University of Petani. Beliau dan jaminan kualitas produk tercapai. activities. Majelis dengan penuh hormat mempersilakan
hazard and reduce the risk of the contamination in food. Where did it came from? The program began in 1960s when NASA developed HAZAP as a part of preparing food for space travel. This is to ensure safe food for its astronaut on an active mission. Who uses PJCCP? HAZAP Food Safety Management System is designed for use in all segment of food industry, from growing, harvesting, processing, manufacturing, distributing, and merchandising to preparing food for consumption, including food catering and food preparations. How to start the HAZAP process? This is one of the crucial parts. You should begin to understand how to create and use the HAZAP system by first learning the set of the state principle of HAZAP. The first principle of HAZAP is the most important principle in the HAZAP plan. The critical practice identifies the biological, chemical, or physical hazard. That is the three hazards, potential hazards in manufacturing that would normally occur in every step of our manufacturing process. The second distinct principle is identify the critical control points. CCPs are steps or procedure at which you can apply control to prevent or eliminate and reduce the hazard to acceptable level. What is the example for this? The typical examples of CCPs includes the cooking process, chilling process, and distribution. However, CCPs are specific to a facility's unique manufacturing process and products, and must be properly identified to control a significant hazard or reasonably likely to occur hazard. The third principle is to establish critical limit. Once you identify where the CCP exists, you must identify the critical limits. A critical limit is a minimum value to which a hazard needs to be controlled to ensure food safety. Example for this is our standard chair temperature is 4 degrees. We need to set a critical limit so that it will not exceed the 4 degrees. It's the highest temperature that we need to generate. So it should be 4 sigma. So example, we're going to create our critical limit. So our stock monitor will monitor see the otherwise will fail our standard temperature procedure. The fourth is to establish monitoring procedure. Monitoring observes whether a system is able to control and just exceed the critical limits. Example for this is what? You need to monitor frequency for every CCPs. If we are cooking sausages, we need to check every batch of the sausage for the internal temperature, whether it attains in the recorded internal temperature of the product. If we are putting our sausages in the freezer or chiller, we need to regularly check our freezer storage. Otherwise, maybe we put our sausage in the freezer, but the freezer temperature is so high, and then definitely there's a potential hazard there, which is microbiological. Later, our sausage will spoil. The fifth principle is to establish corrective action. If any deviation occurs and you fail to meet the critical limit, you must have predefined action ready to set in place. Example again, If you are cooking the sausage and upon checking the IP, it did not meet your required internal temperature, what will you do? Of course, we need to apply corrective action. And what will be our corrective action? We need to recook our sausage so that we attain our required internal temperature, example 72. So the sausage must be cooked at least 72 degrees centigrade. Everybody knows, especially for the students here at the food processing course, at least 72 degrees centigrade is safe for you to eat. The sausage is safe to eat already, right? For the chicken, it's around 65 degrees, salmonella will die, so it's already safe to eat also. The sixth principle is to create verification procedure. Here, you are double checking that your HCCP plan is correctly carried out and is effective. And what are you going to do with this so that you have you can verify if your procedure are correct? We need to send some more for the analysis. So if our product failed or the process good enough to the internal temperature cooking, internal temperature of the cooking. For cleaning process as well, how do you verify that our cleaning process is effective? We need to conduct some test verification. Normally for all equipment, with contact surfaces, hands of the workers, we're going to use source safety to verify if the food contact surfaces are sanitized or complete or sanitized. Another example of the verification is we're doing calibration for our thermometers also. What is the importance of doing the calibration for our thermometer? Thermometers are the devices that we are using to check the temperature for our product. And we are checking also the temperature of our storage chiller or freezer. If our thermometer that we are using in the process was sat, definitely we cannot verify whether our internal temperature, the storage temperature is correct. So therefore, we have a problem later on. Maybe our product will easily spoil just because we didn't meet our required internal temperature or required storage temperature. The seventh principle is to establish record keeping procedure. You must have a record in place to prove your food is produced safely. These records serve as evidence that your monitoring and verification happened as expected. This record must be complete, accurate, and timely. Remember, HACCP records are legal documents. So you want to make sure that they are right and accurate. The next slide is how to develop a HCCP plan. First, you need to complete the appropriate prerequisite programs. To gather the information, you need to start your HACCP plan development. The prerequisite programs are as follows. Good manufacturing processes or practices, or GMP, test control program, production control for allergen, production control for foreign materials, production control for chemicals, cleaning and sanitation and maintenance, or sanitation standard operating procedures. Why this is important? Because this is the basic or fundamental foundation on how, so that we can come up with the HCCP plan or program. Without this, we cannot aim the HCCP program. All of these manufacturing practices need to be in place in the facility first in order for us to have a successful food safety management in our facility. The prerequisite program aren't just the introduction of the HCCP system. The goal of the prerequisite program is to form the hazard system and support your overall food safety system. Every prerequisite requires the same level of monitoring and auditing to demonstrate the effectiveness and employ corrective action in case of failure. Most of the companies, manufacturing companies in Brunei doesn't have that as a food safety system yet. However, they are implementing GMPs. That's why this is the reason why GMP, the facility is important, because this is the basic foundation for us to be implemented, for the companies to be implemented in their operations. With a complete list of prerequisites prepared, you are ready to give the hazard plan. Please remember, every organization has a plan varies. You cannot just copy other business has a plan. You are creating product-specific plans that apply to the unique issues of your facility or your business. We should begin with the 6 initial tasks before we develop as a plan. The 6 initial steps, the 6 steps are the following. Assembling of hazard team. We cannot create or hazard plan that we don't have to do. Normally, the teams came from the production, came from quality assurance. If there's an R&D in the facility, and even operation personnel as well, engineers, we need to team also. Putting together the right team is critical to the process of development. For the best results, we should create a multidisciplinary team across your organization. As I mentioned, we need to include the personnel construction, sanitation, engineering, quality assurance, and operation personnel. The second step will be describing your food products and distribution network. The team should come up with a description of the product, including its ingredients and processing method. The distribution description should include whether transporter food is frozen condition, refrigerated condition, or just an ambient condition. Third step is describing the intended use of products. We need to explain the intended use and intended consumer also of your product. Example, if you are manufacturing food for general consumption, you need, or you are making treatment, or you are making food suitable for about 6 months and all, you need to describe that. So that example that the parents who bought that food in that food younger than 6 months. So the product description is very important also. The fourth is the creating a flow diagram. The purpose of the diagram is to provide a complete outline of the process. Remember, almost every flow chart will start from the receiving of raw materials and ended up to the distribution of the product. So we need to tackle and describe all the process flow of the product that we are producing, so that there will no process step that we are not going to do on that identification of potential hazard. The big step is the verifying the flow chart. The team should review and verify the validity of the flow chart and prepare to modify the diagram as required on your findings. Normally, if you create the process, you will do the process flow chart. All the team must study whether all the process has been identified already. With your flow chart ready, you can now analyze your complete process for potential hazard. For example, if you are receiving the raw materials, then the chicken that you receive has been delivered using ambient temperature or non-climate control van. definitely if the chicken is chilled, there is a potential of contaminations by biological hazards because chickens very fast, We have here officers from the laboratory. Yeah, so this one is really knows actually about the potential hazard of chicken, and how this perishable product contacted contamination very easily. The sixth principle is work in the hazard. 7 principles. After you read all production processes and evaluate for hazard, you need to walk through the 7 principles again. This involves evaluating the potential hazard. Again, it's always identifying the potential hazard, just like the microbiological, biological, physical, and chemical hazard. We know that the biological hazards came from the contamination or from the bacteria that originally present in the food, or sometimes because of the cross-contamination from the contaminated material. The chemical hazards normally came from the chemicals that we are using while we are cleaning our facility. Example, the detergent that we are using, the sanitizer that we are using, or the hand sanitizer that we are using in our facility also. It may contribute to the contamination of our product. While the physical hazard, example are the hairs of the workers. That's why we are requiring the workers to use the hair strain. And sometimes if the product is not properly packed, then there is a contamination from a wooden pallet or the wooden splinter from the pallet, or while during transport of the food, there is contamination from other materials inside the pallet. Moving on to the next slide is how to get the hazard certification or the HACCP certification. Getting HACCP certification will only be possible once you successfully implement your hazard plan for the facility. Again, this is a very tedious practices of being done by your hazard team. It's not only you just tick the boxes or just monitor the temperature of your product, monitor the chiller temperature. It is not like that. You need to undergo and then pass the hazard audit, which are chosen external food auditor. Once the hazard plan is completed, you have the option to seek HACCP certification. Normally, there is a pre-audit first by the external auditors. Then we are assessing whether our facility is ready for the certification. If the facility or our company is not yet ready, they're normally giving the findings for us to close the gaps or close the non-conformity that we found during the audits. Hazard certification will only be granted to compliant food businesses by an external authority. It is important that food business identify a reputable certification provider that can offer a rigorous audit or assessment. Normally, we need to choose the auditors that are reputable. Their reputation is recognized or reputation is good. Otherwise, you know that if the SGS is good also, the Review de Veritas, we have the office here in Penternak that is a good and reputable third-party auditor. The cost and duration of the hazard audit will vary according to a range of factors, such as the size of the business and the nature of the product that the company uses. So definitely, not all the cost of the hazard implementation and the cost of the auditing process are the same in one company. It is, as I mentioned there, it is the factor that varies depending on the size or the scale of your business and the scope of the hazard that you're implementing. and how many types of product or product categories that you are producing. If you are producing one or two products only, definitely the auditors or the certifying body will not cost you so much compared to the companies that are producing a lot of food products. Next slide will be an implementation and maintenance of the hazard system. The successful implementation of a hazard plan is facilitated by the complement or the commitment from top management. Implementing and monitoring the hazard plan requires a mountain of paperwork that requires regular and complete updates. As you can see in our facility, there's a lot of monitoring or recording being done. That's because we have the prerequisite programs, the fundamentals to come before we come up with this agency plan, the monitoring of the temperature, the monitoring of the temperature of the distribution or the delivery tracks, the monitoring of the process, all the process that we identify on our flow charts, we need to have a record for that. That's why I mentioned here requires a mountain of paperwork. It also requires the commitment of the hazard team to implement and maintain the hazard system. If our hazard team is not responsible, not committed, definitely our system will fail. That's because if they wanted to check, they're checking or monitoring the storage temperature, cannot. We should schedule. We need to set a schedule or frequency on how many times we're going to monitor our chiller temperature, how many times we're going to monitor our delivery tracks, how many times we need to monitor our internal temperature of our every product that we are cooking. Now that is not limited to that. There's a lot of monitoring being done if we are having HACCP certifications. Calibration also needs to be done and set the frequency of the calibrations. We need to do the calibration for our thermometers so that we can verify if all the devices that we are using, all the gauges in the factory, all the installed thermometer and our equipment are working properly. Example, if we're not monitoring our cooking kettle and our internal temperature required for cooking the corned beef is 100 degrees or 85 degrees. Our thermometer in the cooking kettle was already, and we didn't do the maintenance or we didn't do any checks for that. Then we already got the corned beef, however, it didn't reach or attain our required temperature, internal temperature. Due to that, there's potential risk of biological hazard in our product. It's because maybe the temperature of the cooking kettle set around 70 only, while our temperature is 70. There is a potential biological hazard on that product. It also involves the continual applications of monitoring, record keeping, and corrective action procedure. With regards to this is one of the crucial parts also. Just because if our workers found there's a problem in the process, but it didn't do corrective action procedure. One example for this is dry cooking sausage that I mentioned earlier. And the sausage, we didn't know that the internal temperature, we didn't reach the internal temperature of the sausage. And your staff monitoring the sausage, you check the temperature, but you monitor about 65 degrees only. Definitely it will fail. It's because our internal temperature required for sausage is 72 degrees. For beef, at least the same temperature for human consumption for the dose ready-to-eat products around 72 degrees centigrade. While for chicken, it's already at about 65 degrees centigrade. So your staff didn't do or didn't apply proper corrective action on this. definitely our system will fail again. So that's why we require a committed staff to do this hazard monitoring or to be a member of a hazard team. One of the most important aspects of maintaining the hazard system is to ensure that all individuals involved are adequately trained so they understand the rules and can effectively fulfill their responsibilities. Why training is so important? Because if we deploy employee during the monitoring and he didn't know or she didn't know what to do, our system will fail again. And just like what I mentioned today, if he's checking the example, he's checking the corn beef, just for the sake of checking the temperature, but the temperature is not the temperature taken is not the required internal temperature of the product, and he just recorded it. He didn't give any information that the corned beef after cooking is not did not attain the internal temperature. That is the reason why we need to educate and regularly train our employee. It is one of the, of course, we need to spend hours for training our employee as well. One training that we are conducting in our facility is before we deploy our workers in the processing or in our tour, we need to train them by giving induction for the policy induction training first. We give them, we inform them about the regulations of the company and our objective as well. Included of that, employees training, food safety trainings, GID trainings, and hazard analysis, critical control point training as well. One hazard certification is important. The effective implementation of hazard will enhance the ability of companies to protect and enhance brand and private labels, promote consumer confidence, and conform to regulatory and market requirements. If you are buying food to a company that you don't know the reputation or you don't know whether it's doing the cleaning and sanitation properly, of course you're not confident to eat that food, right? While if you know the company is implementing cleaning and sanitation properly or having a certification, definitely you are confident to buy that food. In example, in restaurants, not only food manufacturing facilities are applying the hazard. The caterings, the restaurants are also applying it. So if you are eating a restaurant that is dirty, definitely you don't have appetite to eat at that restaurant. Another importance of the hazard certification is to ensure that food is safe to eat and will not lead to outbreaks of foodborne illness among consumers. Another importance of this HACCP certification is it is seen as a mark of quality by many businesses and can help a company to stand out from the competition. Sometimes the company is, if you have HACCP certificates, it's just like a part of the company that you are applying or implementing the certification in your facility. And also you have the chance to export your product as well. Unlike for others, there's a less work. Other company that doesn't have the hazard certification, they can export also as long as if they can maintain or the basic food safety requirements of that importing country. What are the benefits of the HACCP in the food industry? These are some of the top benefits of HACCP in the food industry. Prevention of food safety hazard. Why? What is the benefits? Because during the process, we are identifying already the potential hazard in our process, just like, the biological hazard, the physical hazard, and the chemical hazard. So definitely, we are sure that our products are safe for human consumption already. Second is ensure compliance with the food laws. I think here in Brunei it is not regulated yet for having the HACCP, but for other countries like Europe and the US, the HACCP implementation for all food industries or for all companies that doing food for human consumption, this is one of the basic requirement for them. So they need to comply on their local laws. While in Brunei, I think GMP, I think here, as long as we have the GMP and some of the factories that have the HACCP is just an extra plus. Third is have control food safety risks throughout the food chains. Definitely, we are identifying the potential hazard in our food, and we are correctly applying corrective actions, preventive action as well. Definitely, we are ensure that our food are safe for human consumption. Help in the standardization of food processes. HACCP actually is one way of standardizing the process. Example, if you are cooking the sausage, we identify in your calendar, you need to cook this at 1 hour. You need to dry this in 12 minutes. You need to do the ready for this at 30 minutes. Or you need to smoke this in 15 minutes. So it is a standard process step. So if we are implementing the hazard in our facility, we can standardize our process as well. So definitely improve also the product quality. If we are applying HACCP in the system, definitely our customer will have a confidence in our product as well. And lastly, just because we don't have recalls, we don't have rejects, we don't have so much rejects, the profitability of the company will increase as well. Now, this is the conclusion. That is why the HACCP is important. Getting HACCP certified is a good way to show that your company is serious about food safety. HACCP can be considered an obligation of the company because it is essential for ensuring food safety and maintaining safety standards. And that's the end of my slide. Thank you very much for listening.
Dan untuk sempurna sudah taklimat kita pada petang ini. Seterusnya mengalis balik ke sisi soal jawab sekiranya terdapat sebarang pertanyaan mengenai materi. Apabila menggunakannya di tempat mana yang telah disediakan, mahasiswa penuh hormat mempersilakan.
Any questions from our students, the processing students?
Hello, sorry. What happened if PDS bid is detached by several reasons, and are you throwing it away? And if yes, but why?
Okay, there's a lot of factors come out. If, for example, you mean the big damage in our facility. Yeah, what kind of damage? Is it spoiled? Yeah, because we have kinds of damage, right? One is damage of packaging or loose bag. If loose bag only, we need to detect it and vacuum it again. Because the vacuum process also increases the shelf life of the product. But if, for example, we put in the product and we store in our chiller for a longer period of time, and we didn't know that the vacuum can lose, there is a potential that the product will become spoiled because it's already loose vacuum. It's that when the oxygen enters the packet of the beef of the packet of the beef, so definitely the bacteria growth there will increase very, very fast. If we found that package of beef is still acceptable, when we do our analysis or when we do our investigation on that pack, we can still salvage that by the vacuum. While if it's really damaged, we need to do the disposal for and we need to dispose of products that really cannot use. But if that product, if that beef is still consumable, or still we can use in our facility, we can do that for further processing as well. But since we are doing the HACCP process, it's less likely to occur. That's why it's important if you have the HACCP implementation in plan. So all the process steps in your facility, you are monitoring it, so therefore it's less likely to occur. Definitely not 100% perfect if you have as implementation. One of the problems is the package is already loose, definitely. You see, the package, if your beef is a better pack, it will last until 120 days. Even in the chiller temperature, 0 to 4 degrees only. But if it's already loose pack, it can only last 5 days inside the chiller. So you see the range of the shelf life is only 5 days, right? While the vacuum pack is 120 days. The only thing is if your body is not storing and the product is already loose, so it's only lasts there for 5 days. And eventually the product will spoil. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah, selesai sudah sesi taklim berkaitan dengan maintaining and preparation for production activities. Diharapkan sesi taklim ini tadi dapat memberikan kefahaman kepada para hadirin informasi sekalian mengenai tajuk yang telah dibawakan tadi. Semoga sisi ini juga bisa dikongsikan takliman seterusnya yang bertajuk Biological Product Information yang mana akan dibentangkan oleh Yang Mulia dari Diana Fatin Arifin selaku wakil syarikat International Corporation Sdn Bernard. Dan ini saya sudahi dengan wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang dan salam sejahtera. Yang mulia guru-guru, para pelajar, yang mulia para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian. Selamat datang ke taklimat Hari Peladang, Petani, Penternak dan Nelayan kali ke-12 bagi tahun 2022 bertemakan memperkasa produk tambah nilai memacu ekonomi negara. Bagi memberkati taklimat kita pada petang ini, Majlis segera kita mulakan dengan bacaan surah Al-Fatihah yang akan dipimpin oleh Awang Muhammad Ehsan bin Haji Ridwan dari Jabatan Pertanian dan Agri Makanan. Majlis dengan hormat mempersilakan.
الفاتح إلى حضرة النبي المصطفى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وصحبه الكرام ثم إلى أرواح والدينا ووالديكم وإلى أرواح المسلمين والمسلمات كافة عامة وخصوصا على هذا المجلس شاء لهم الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, sukacita disampaikan catatan biodata bagi Yang Mulia Dayang Noliana Fatin Arifin. Yang Mulia Dayang Noliana Fatin Arifin ialah pengurus kanan strategi perniagaan dan development Ghani International Corporation Brunei Halal Food. Pengasas bersama dan pengarah pembangunan perniagaan Green Brunei Pengasas Bersama, Rangkaian Profesional Muda YPN, Presiden Persatuan Usahawan Muda Brunei YEAB. Ghani International Corporation merupakan syarikat milik kerajaan Brunei yang memainkan peranan dalam pembangunan industri makanan dan kepelbagaian ekonomi melalui kerjasama dengan perniagaan tempatan termasuk PKS dan perusahaan milik kerajaan untuk membangun, memasarkan dan mempromosikan produk buatan Brunei termasuk Brunei Halal Foods dan jenama tempatan lain ke pasaran tempatan dan global. Yang Mulia Dayang Noliana Fatin Arifin adalah penerima pingat untuk Anugerah Perkhidmatan Cemerlang 2019, Anugerah Perkhidmatan Belia Berwibawa 2015 dan Anugerah Belia Cemerlang 2017 oleh Kerajaan Kebawah Duli Yang Maha Mulia dan Anugerah Belia ASEAN 2016 dan merupakan finalis kepada Wanita Asia Tenggara Masa Depan Semangat Komoditi 2020. Majlis seterusnya dengan ini menjemput Yang Mulia Dayang Noliana Fatin Arifin, pengurus kanan Ghani International Corporation Sendirian Berhad untuk menyampaikan taklimat beliau yang bertajuk Buy Local Produce Campaign. Majlis dengan segala hormat mempersilakan.
Terima kasih Puan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ini baru boleh start lah, terjadi awal. Okay. So I know we are supposed to do Buy Local Produce campaign punya presentation, tetapi because we are a company that actually also does other things, we will connect the dots lah basically take the opportunity to also share with habis kita semua the opportunities that are coming up in Ghani International Corporation. So terima kasih for the kind introduction tadi, alhamdulillah. So we are pleased to share with you about what we are doing di Ghani. Allow me to actually do it bilingual lah, and we'll try to menyampaikan dalam both bahasa Melayu and also English. So Ghani ini adalah sebuah syarikat kerajaan yang ditubuhkan pada tahun 2009, where sebenarnya kami ditubuhkan pada 2009 itu by Ministry of Industry and Primary Resources pada waktu itu. Sekarang ini sudah menjadi FPRT ya. Yeah, so buat masa ini we are now under the naungan Ministry of Finance and Economy because industry now is di bawah Mofi ya. Yeah, so since actively since 2015, with the change in our board, with the change in our management as well, we have been actively doing these three things: developing, marketing, and promoting products under the Brunei Halal Foods brand. Kalau kita akan tahu, like why the products under the Brunei Halal Foods brand? Do you understand why? Pasal semua produk yang kami buat itu adalah produk MSME sebenarnya. Masanya, all of them are actually developed with Petani punya MSME, and also some now also with OGLC as well. Because why? Brunei Halal Foods itu adalah brand negara. Yeah, it is a brand that has already been established since 2009 itulah, where the aspiration is actually untuk membawa Petani punya nama ni ke seluruh dunia lah. Yeah, so why don't we just collab into one platform? So that's the goal lah, because Brunei Halal Foods brand ini juga is already trademark dalam 15 buah negara already. So that also protects us when we go into international market. So when an MSME product, a small company punya product want to go into international market without a trademark, it does not protect you lah. Yeah, it will be hard when, for example, macam tadi Puan Carmen ada share kan, kalau let's say ada food safety issue ke apa, ada dia kena copy ke produk kamu di luar negara. And then that trademark, but it's hard for you to say it's not your product. Yeah, so that's the use of trademark lah. So I will share also further that now di dalam kami punya product portfolio over the years, we have alhamdulillah actually developed over 70 products yang sudah didistribusikan ke market. Some continue, some tidak. So that is what as a syarikat we have been doing lah. We have been developing the product. So of course dalam business tidak semuanya succeed lah. So our goal is to try, test to see where is the market fit of that product for both local market dan juga international market. Also just to share with everybody here as well, our chairman or chairperson has always been alhamdulillah the Minister of Finance and Economy since 2015 ataupun the Deputy Minister of Finance and Economy. So at the moment we've already had 4 changes in our board, but leadership has always been very strong, and also ensuring that we are actually contributing to the development of Petani punya diversification, particularly di dalam food industry. So my CEO is not able to be here today, but our CEO is Dr. Nur Rahman. He is in Australia at the moment. Yeah. So let me share BC syarikat. Kita mau berubah next. Okay, let me just try to. Boleh tolong kita mau ke next. It is not moving. Okay, normal. Okay, sorry. So vision Brunei Halal Foods ini sebagai brand negara is to be this iconic halal brand in the world that excels through innovation and virtue. So what we want to be is like the likes of Nestle. Everybody trusts that product kan? Walaupun dia bukan sebenarnya brand orang Islam. So why don't we sebagai orang Islam insyaAllah menjadi banggalah menjadi nama negara Petani dan juga halal atau menjadi brand dunia. So that's our aspiration. So memang that's why we deliver as a global standard brand and the most trusted company for providing halal product solutions. So memang aspirasi kami sebagai syarikat is to be a provider of halal product solutions. So we want to be able to provide consumer with all types of food products in the future. So be it coming from kami sendiri ataupun our MSMEs. Inshallah. Okay. So some of the initiatives that we have been doing, and this is where you will see di mana buy local produce campaign, di mana the junction, and also di mana BFITs are coming in. So one of the important initiatives that we are currently working on is what we call the buy local produce campaign, which has now turned into the buy local produce center. So buy local produce campaign ini masa time COVID tahun 2020, we were tasked to help farmers yang tidak dapat membuka gerai atau di gerai tamu masa tu tamu tutup, tamu waiting also seria masa tu tutup. So what we did was we help connect produce bis orang to the market. So this has continued until today lah, alhamdulillah. And our aspiration next is of course we know our ministry and PRT is actively working on growing local capacity to produce apa. Our goal is in the future to help also connect into the international market. And not just that, also to look into value adding. That's why we have the we have the Brunei Food Industry Development Multipurpose Manufacturing Facility. That's where it's coming in as well. It is just in the final stage of completion, inshallah operational mungkin dalam beberapa bulanan inshallah. So the other one is also platform called The Junction, di mana we also membuka kedai sendirilah, kedai di bawah brand The Junction. So lepas ni mungkin dalam the next 6 months ni jantah Petani ke Baizi ke ya kali mungkin ke Junction lah lepas ni ya. Okay. So I think objective ni of course sebagai syarikat kerajaan, we want to ensure profitability dan shareholder return. Of course, play a role in the development of Petani food industry in Brunei, and also grow our MSMEs, our growers, and also our 1K1B and entrepreneurs juga. And of course, importantly is food security, import substitution dan export. So kalau kita lihat data, I remember seeing data I think more than 10 years ago, Petani mengimport lebih dari 800 juta food products. So 800 juta tu, if we just take at least mungkin 10% lah, it's still a lot. If we are able to produce di Brunei, you know, that's 80 juta. You know, so that's our hope as well lah, to be able to with Brunei Food Industry Development Manufacturing Facility itu untuk dibukakan untuk import substitution untuk dari punya MSMEs dan petani sendiri juga. Okay, and of course export. Export ini adalah memang aspirasi negara. Kalau kita lihat dalam Brunei Economic Blueprint, one of the aspiration, in fact aspirasi pertama is to have our businesses that are able to export food products, export services, export products globally. Yeah. So of course, and of course contribute to sustainable growth and economic diversification. So far, since 2016, we have actually been actively working on the export market. So kalau kemarin saya bertangan, macam Marimin has been able to export melalui Ganin. And then also Saramada juga. So what we do is kami bekerjasama dengan syarikat tempatan untuk helping diorang so bring their capacity up for export. So far products have gone to China, Singapore, Alhamdulillah, Dubai most recently this year, last year actually, but commercial production was this year. Palestine also, we have already sent shipment to Palestine itu hasil daripada sumbangan negara kami jual, and then also to Bangladesh this year as well. So memang our aspiration is of course to go, you know, globally, because there are actually over 200 countries in the world. If we can at least capture 50, that would be, you know, putting Brunei into the global map, inshallah. Okay, so now a little bit before kita naik ke the buy local produce campaign atau center, we go into BFID sedikit lah. So BFID ni dibukakan masa tu pada bukan dibukakan lah, visualizekan lah, or what we call, we ideated BFID ni together with our ministers masa tu pada tahun 2020 when we realized, kamu ingat tidak masa tahun 2020 when COVID was hitting the world, we were having no sausages, chicken nuggets, remember? So everybody else were busy dying globally. Alhamdulillah, Petani sibuk dengan chicken nugget, Petani dan chicken sausages, remember that? So that was also the time that we realized that Petani belum ada food security. Yeah, so that is why we started looking into this, because we are already in the position of actually reaching out to the global market. So that's why we realized we needed to have a facility sendiri, because if we are only going with Petani punya MSME, we will not be able to be a serious player in the halal food industry globally. Kalau kita lihat juga Thailand, bukan negara Islam, Thailand, Malaysia negara Islam, Indonesia is also catching up globally to supply halal food products internationally. So who say Brunei cannot make it, right? So that's why we think this is the time for us to look into this. So inshallah, at the facility, it will be equipped with 3 processing lines with the capacity to manufacture various product categories. The aspiration is to be able to mencuba melihat produk-produk apa yang dapat dikeluarkan oleh petani punya syarikat tempatan dan oleh petani sendiri juga. So that's why connectionnya dengan DLPC itu kan lah. And then of course it's purpose built. Yang Puan Carmen tadi, she was sharing, if we want to go into international market, it's important that we have standards. So hence we built this processing facility ini to have the right standards as well, so that we can easily capture international market. So itu lagi payah macam ni orang bila orang minta petani sijil, lepas tu susah-susah kan kita membagi. So inshallah, it will be there. And then of course, one of our big aspiration is to be the aggregate, to aggregate local agricultural produce for value adding ataupun for orang selling or what for distribution into local market and international market as well. Okay, and then and of course, lastly also is to jadikan dia sebagai platform untuk petani punya MSME in the food sector to develop and manufacture products in a standard input facility. So without orang kalau you ada idea tu, you don't have to necessarily wait for beratus ribu atau berjuta to invest before you can create products. So we want the MSME to come and actually start off at least small. So capacity-nya di sana kalau multi-purpose room itu adalah di dalam 500 kilo sehari. Ya, insyaAllah dalam 500 kilo tu boleh di-achieve. So typically kalau kita lihat, petani punya production, kadang dalam seminggu MSME itu boleh produce only 500 kilo. So di sini boleh diproduce dalam sama satu hari. Ikutlah produknya, ikut suitability-nya. So when we actually develop it, we develop it together bersama Darussalam Enterprise. So we are also building that facility itu di atas tanah Darussalam Enterprise juga. Yeah, so the multi-purpose room dia ada 9 buah bilik di sana, tapi yang dipakai mungkin dalam 5 untuk disiwakan lah kepada MSME. Ada sehari, 2 hari, seminggu, itulah ikut the demand itself. Okay, other than that also one of the big peluang that we see di Brunei ini adalah petani punya produk is good, tapi packaging petani masih kurang. So that's also where we want to see how MSME petani boleh menaikkan taraf orang punya produk, menaikkan taraf quality produk melalui packaging. So it will be insyaAllah available di BFIJ juga. And then selain daripada itu sebagai processing facility, just like PDS, Sabli, and now also RBC, it needs to actually process mass production as well for you to actually be able to cover all the costs. So we are also having 3 buah line lain, 3 sublines as well, where one of the things we're doing is canning and refurb, where if you see we want to actually do the first can tuna. Kalau kemarin kita lihat Brunei is increasingly able to source fish from the sea. Because we have the capacity to go deeper. So we want to be able to can tuna, sardine at this facility. So build petani punya security and then also other than that, to look into frozen as well. So grow petani punya capacity to produce chicken nuggets, chicken sausages in Brunei because the peluang is still there. But also not just for Brunei, our focus is actually international market, insyaAllah. So our goal is really export because kalau dilihat sebenarnya production actually we need to actually be exporting container loads, at least a couple of containers sehari is our aspiration. And then other than that, of course, snacks and noodle. Why snacks and noodle? Kalau kita lihat global growth, snacks dan noodles ini adalah one of the fastest. So we want to actually expand capacity Brunei to grow petani punya snacks, but also noodle processing as well. Noodle itu baru sikit-sikit dah tu. Macam for example, yesterday we were talking to one of the farmer. Yang ada Penternak squash. So mungkin di value add jadi Penternak squash noodle, example lah. So itulah peluang yang we are trying to look at for our country. So in terms of other services that we are able to actually do di facility ini adalah seperti contract manufacturing, OEM. Buat masa ni gandeng OEM bersama dengan syarikat tempatan. In the future, it can be the other way around together. Yeah, so that is the difference lah. Macam kalau let's say example syarikat Alia yang membuat only kerupuk udang example. Mungkin dia boleh expand ke frozen food product. OEM sama gandeng. So instead of dia membuka manufacturing facility lain, dia boleh OEM barang gandeng ada dia brand. Itu is possible as well. Ada data yang tadinya kami multi-purpose room tu boleh di-run lah, boleh disiwa. So disiwakan sama sehari ke 2 hari. It's entirely up to the MSME lah. Okay. And then other than that, we also want to be able to support with product development tadi di Brunei, R&D, packing and repacking lah, and also storage facility. Di mana yang kemampuan kami lah okay. So kalau ada production capacity ni memang tinggi lah sebenarnya. Sudah kalau macam buat canning, we can do dalam 20,000 can sehari. Ataupun 30,000 pouches. Kalau masa ni kamu nampak tak? Sekarang ini not just can, ada pouch kan? Bukan pouch itu. That's the pouch we're talking about because globally the trend is now going to pouch. Petani masih Southeast Asia masih fokus on cat. Yeah. So we hope to be able to go global. That's why we are also taking the risk to do pouches. Other than that, snacks and crackers we can do 30,000 pack sehari ataupun 9 juta setahun. So that is a big capacity lah, alhamdulillah. Okay. So of course, like we mentioned tadi, SAP ISO itu is what we aim to do lah, sebab it will actually help with the global recognition. So other than that, just a quick one. Of course, one of the issues or challenges that we see with the production in Brunei is actually the raw material. Raw material ni kalau kita lihat kenapa produk makin mahal. Why? Because raw material cost is very high. And it's also because some of our MSMEs can only buy in small volume. So our goal is to be able to provide our MSME with an alternative or cheaper raw material. Whatever that we can produce CBFID is what we want to be able to provide. That's why it's important that we can aggregate sayur, aggregate chili, into one place. So we can make it more efficient lah. Kurangkan wastages di Petani negara and things like that lah. Okay, so that's the goal. And then also, of course, we want to be able to also support in export. So it's not just our MSMEs membuat produk di Brunei, tinggal di Brunei saja. Our goal is to bring everyone also, be able to bring everyone for export as well under this channel. Okay, so other than that, we are of course working with this is a model that is developed by there, where they are looking at capacity building, R&D, and also commercialization that there is looking on at the moment. So this is where we hope to come in and support for the commercialization aspect and also going into the international market access aspect. Okay, so these are just some of the current products that we have. Okay, that we have produced some MSMEs. These are actively being produced. Some kadang ada shortage line production. Some are already exported, macam pupuk Petani itu is already exported ke luar negara. And then also increasingly kami punya minuman serenity itu is also trying to go to international market as well. Yeah. Okay. So this buy local produce campaign yang tadinya kami we started itu masa tahun 2020. So far dalam kami punya portfolio we have 70 growers already. Yesterday I told Datu 60, kami punya 70 sudah. And then types of produce ada kadang 60, kadang 30. Depends on availability daripada farmer, because buat masa ni kalau kita lihat masih macam ada masalah hujan apa tu. So our farmers are still maybe masih traditional in terms of farming. But increasingly kita boleh nampak di Brunei we are doing greenhouse already. So greenhouse provides that consistency, which is very good. Banyak yang kita challenge bila belum lagi greenhouse and all that, masih we are at the mercy of the weather. Yeah. Okay, so far we've been able to do about 188,000 in total purchases since 2020. To us, this is still very, very small, but we hope that with the DFID, this can increase tenfold, inshallah. Yeah. So to those who are actually, interested to know more, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. So the produce yang we purchase at the moment, some of the farmers have been supplying to us, so we've been able to help them to supply to supermarkets, food service outlets, hotels, and then also selling direct to the customer. Other than that, also restaurant like what? Sorry, I minum sedikit ya. Yeah. Some of the supermarket outlets that we are supplying to include Waho, Jaya, the usual outlets that you see. And of course, some of the high demand products produced, lada, kangkung, these are all produced yang orang memang kita makan tiap hari lah. Yeah, okay. So macam kasturi, limon, apa tu Okay, so these are just some of the produce yang kami supply ke kios and also kami junction outlets lah. And also so far, alhamdulillah, we've been able to also support recently golden melon to supply for Singapore. So export market ni adalah still very new for us because Petani punya producer, kalau kita lihat, we are still not competitive yet globally. So we hope to be able to get there lah. So of course we have to keep trying. We have to keep working on our producer to be able to fit the right market there lah. So this is what we really hope to do lah in the future. We can be able to, export into UAE, export into all the other countries in the world, inshallah. Okay. So if anybody is interested to supply to us, it's pretty much, pretty straightforward process. There's always that supply introduction. You can do, letting us know available produce. I'm not sure siapa farmers di sini ya. Any peladang di sini? Ada? Okay. So not here lah. Okay. So maybe I won't have to. Maybe in the future you can just reach out to us lah. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty straightforward. These are some of the growers that we're working with actively. Masalahnya, yeah, pretty much that's I think. Yeah. Other than that, we also support BFI to supply to distribute urea to Brunei. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for my presentation. Thank you very much. Kalau ada soalan.
Seterusnya, majelis beralih ke sesi soal jawab. Sekiranya terdapat sebarang pertanyaan mengenai taklimat itu tadi, boleh mengutarakan di tempat mikrofon yang telah disediakan. Majelis dengan penuh hormat mempersilakan.
Sorry again, is it untuk crops saja? Or like crops macam kangkung apa untuk apa saja macam selain daripada crops bolehkah like aquaculture? Ya boleh.
In the future, of course, like aquaculture products, so can be delivered. And we have candy, we have resort. We do hope to be able to deliver that. That's definitely possible. What products do you have?
Freshwater lobster.
Oh, let's look at value adding that. Is your production tinggi pasal ni?
Belum pelan, pasalnya baru mula.
Okay. Yeah, then you can R&D at our BFID and then see how you can grow your, and then you can grow the market, inshallah. Yes. Thank you. Well done, great lobster. Anyone else actually wanting to be a farmer or aquaculture producer? That's the future, guys, because everybody still wants to eat, right? You don't want to eat lab-grown food, right? So we all have to be farmers in the future. Okay, so BDS can produce more value-adding products as well. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? Tidak ada? Ada? Come on, silakan. Kalau tidak, terus nanti kembali kita baca.
Where is the location for BFID multi-purpose processing facility?
Salam bigat. Kita berpecat dari sini. Kalau kamu tahu ada light industrial park di sana, you know Simpon Pharma? We are right next to Simpon Pharma. Yeah, we are right next to Simpon Pharma.
Berapa harganya?
Harga apa? Ada, they are rental rates of course. Kalau mau, you can register. We are happy to sit down with you. But so far, we are looking at kalau sewanya dalam sehari, kalau dalam sehari, it's roughly maximum 200. 200 satu lah, 220, 250 I think maximum. Depending on which room you're using. So kalau dikirakan, we did already simulation of what MSME is producing at our facility sendiri, and also if they produce at Petani facility, they will untung more actually if they produce at Petani facility, inshallah, because they cut down on the site. And this rental already includes machine usage. Machine usage, cleaning. So you only know how to come and actually produce during those period of time. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah, selesai sudah sesi taklimat mengenai Buy Local Produce Campaign. Diharapkan taklimat kita yang telah dibentangkan pada petang ini akan dapat memberikan kefahaman kepada para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian. Majlis tidak lupa mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih untuk kehadiran para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian. Sebelum bersurai sukacita memaklumkan pada hadirin yang dihormati sekalian untuk mengisi borang penilaian keberkesanan taklimat bis kita dengan mengimbas kod QR yang telah diletakkan di belakang kerusi masing-masing. Hingga di sini saja pertemuan kita untuk taklimat pada hari ini dan jangan lupa untuk mengikuti taklimat seterusnya yang akan diadakan pada esok hari Sabtu 5 November 2022 dengan taklimat yang bertajuk mewujudkan kesedaran terhadap persijinan berkaitan makanan seperti HACCP, GMP, PSSC, ISO 22000, GAP. InsyaAllah jumpa hari esok. Dengan ini saya sudahi dengan wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.